This is lesson 2 of the computer systems unit, and we're looking at representation of text using binary digits. One of the standards you have to know is the ASCII standard, and that stands for American Standard Code for Information Interchange. And this was traditionally the best way of transferring one document, from a teletypewriter to another teletypewriter. So this is sort of in the 60s and 70s. And it was stored using a 7-bit code, so a sequence of 7 zeros and 1s, and the 8th one, so the leftmost one, was a parity check to make sure that the 7 bits preceding that had been transferred correctly. And this limited the number of characters to a maximum of 128, including control characters, of which there's 32. So not actually that many printable characters. So ASCII is quite limited. Became quite clear about maybe sort of late 80s, early 90s that it was necessary to extend the ASCII standard. And so they extended it and they called it extended ASCII. And this is when it used the 8th bit for a character, and that opened up an extra 127 characters. So you get a total of 256 characters now. The 128th one was the euro symbol, and that was one of the sort of main driving factors behind the change. Now there's lots of different variations. One of the most commonly used one is Latin 1 or ISO 8859-1. You don't have to remember specific character sets, but you do have to know that a character set is a list of all the possible characters that are displayable on the screen. But again, after extended ASCII was used for a number of years and email began to take off sort of early to mid 90s, it became clear that extended ASCII was no longer sufficient for the needs, because you were bringing in communications across countries and across languages. And if you sent an email, say, from America to China, depending on the character set installed, your message could be completely garbled. So they introduced something called Unicode. And Unicode's a 16-bit system, so it opens up the possibility to have 65,536 possible symbols. And this is more than enough to handle all the characters from all the known languages in the world, so Japanese, Arabic, etc. This was necessary, again, because it didn't use the same symbols that you use in English, French, German, or those Germanic languages. It was using a totally different alphabet.